I'm Kristen Carter, and I'm in the 11th grade now, but I've been playing varsity basketball since 8th grade.
I've heard about the kid, or I've seen them play, and I know that they can play at the next level.
It was a whole lot different than middle school basketball, I can tell you that. But it was really fun. My sister was playing on varsity already, so I knew that if I didn't get along with anybody else, I would have her. But everybody was very welcoming.
I think that it's a great opportunity for the middle schoolers. Obviously, if they're good enough to play with the varsity and JV, I think it's a perfect experience, and it gives them opportunity to keep getting better. They want to make sure that the kid is mature enough and stable enough to come up and play with older kids. Which, I mean, I agree. If they can't socialize with older kids, and it's hard for them socially, we want to keep them down there with their peers before we bring them up. But we got to make sure that they're mature and ready to get moved up and they can perform. And we don't want to hurt their confidence or anything like that. We want them to love the game still, but just make them more experienced player.
I would definitely say that my skill level did improve because usually in middle school basketball when I played in 7th grade, it was like a slower game. So by going up to high school basketball, it was a lot faster and made me adjust a lot quicker.
I think the advantages are you're just going to become a better player by playing up. You're going to help the team out for, like Kristen Carter. She was an amazing player in 8th grade. She came up, started for us, and was an amazing player. So that helped not only her out, but it helped our team out as well, and our basketball program. And that's what it's all about. It's not just helping her out, it's helping the team too. And I think it was a win-win situation for any 8th grader who can perform at that level. Disadvantages, I really don't see any disadvantages unless they're not socially and physically ready. That's why it's important that we make sure that they can fit in and they're physically strong enough to play at the next level. Usually public schools don't have a middle school, which is tough. Like, usually it's like DuPont Middle, and then it's Wolfson or whatever it is, so it's not the same school, so they can't do that. But if it's like a 6th through 12th grade, like Episcopal, Providence, things like that, I know those are private schools, but those are examples where they can just play when they're in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. At Bulls, the rules are no middle school is allowed to play unless we appeal. Other coaches think it's a little bit of a disadvantage that we can get these 8th graders to play, but they should work at a private school where they have 8th graders then. They chose the school they went to, so, and it's very rare that I pull up an 8th grader. I've only done it 2 or 3 times. As far as parents, I've never heard any parents complain.
They were amazed, I guess that would be a good word to describe it. I didn't really have any bad criticism from any of the parents or other teammates. A question I would often get would be, what grade are you in? And I'd be like 8th, and they're like, oh wow, like, that's new, that's different.
It just depends on the sport. If they need players or if there's a kid that's amazing, then yeah, I think they should be able to have the opportunity to play up. Now, I already know that tennis players are winning states when they're in 7th grade, and kids are running track, and I mean, these individual sports get them. I think that team sport should get them too. However, I feel that boys aren't mature enough. I wouldn't say mature. Their bodies aren't physically ready to play a varsity. Girls are totally different because they're kind of all at the same level, once they hit 8th grade. Whereas boys, they're not quite there yet, emotionally, physically, and mentally, really.